One of the most mysterious and valuable coins in UK history, the 1975 UK Elizabeth 10 new pence coin, from its fascinating background to shocking auction values that have stunned collectors around the world. So grab your coin jar, because by the end of this video, you might just be holding a piece of British history worth a fortune. The background. Let's step back to the early 1970s, a turning point for British money. After Decimal Day in 1971, the United Kingdom fully transitioned from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to the simpler decimal system. Among the new coins was the 10 new pence piece. Composition: copper nickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel, weight 11.31 grams, diameter 28.5 millimeters. The most valuable errors and varieties. Off-center strikes. £1,000 to £10,000. Double strikes. £5,000 to £20,000. Misaligned dies. £2,000 to £8,000. Auction sales price and values. Let's talk about real-world value. While not all 1975 10p coins are rare, a few have stunned collectors and auction houses alike. A mis-struck 1975 10p sold for £6,200 at a London auction in 2019. A double-struck 10p of the same year, with clear doubling on the Queen's portrait, reportedly sold privately for around £12,000. A wrong planchet 1975 10p, weighing less than usual, was valued by experts near £25,000 to £30,000. And collectors estimate that a confirmed mule error 1975 10p could fetch over £50,000, with some speculating it might reach £1 million if authenticated and in mint state. These are life-changing sums for coins once worth only 10 pence. How to identify a valuable 1975 error 10 new pence. So, how can you tell if your 1975 10p coin might be one of these rare errors? Here's your quick guide. Check the date carefully. It must read 1975. No other year. That's your starting point. Inspect the alignment, hold the coin upright, then flip it. If the Queen's portrait and the lion don't line up perfectly, you may have a die rotation error. Look for doubling. Use a magnifier to see if there are faint double lines around the Queen's face, lettering, or the lion design, a sign of double striking. Measure and weigh. A genuine 10p should weigh 11.31 grams. Any major difference could mean a planchet error. Surface and finish. Most 10p coins are smooth, but any unusual shine, dullness, or color difference could mean it's struck on the wrong metal. Avoid cleaning. Never polish or clean your coin. It instantly reduces collector value. If you suspect you've got something special, contact a reputable coin grading service such as NGC, PCGS, or the Royal Mint's Museum Department. The 1975 10 new pence errors are so valuable. You might be wondering, why do collectors pay so much for these mistakes? It all comes down to three key factors. Rarity. The 1975 10p wasn't part of any special proof set. Every genuine 1975 coin came from circulation batches. That means error coins were accidental, not manufactured intentionally, and very few survived. In this video, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1979 era UK Elizabeth 10 new pence coin, uncovering its secret history, how to spot one, and why just one tiny mistake at the Royal Mint could make you a fortune. Stay tuned, because what you'll learn in the next few minutes might make you grab your old coins and start searching right away. The background. Let's rewind to the late 1970s, a time when the UK was still adjusting to decimalization, the new monetary system introduced in 1971. The 10 new pence coin, or 10p, had replaced the old florin and became one of the most commonly used coins in the country. By 1979, the Royal Mint was still producing the large-sized 10p coin, made of copper nickel and weighing 11.31 grams, with a diameter of 28.5 millimeters, much larger than the smaller 10p coins introduced years later. The most valuable errors and varieties. Off-center strikes. £4,000 to £10,000. Die clash errors. £2,000 to £5,000. The mule error. £40,000 to £55,000. Real auction records and collector discoveries. So, how much have these rare coins actually sold for? Let's look at some shocking examples from the collector world. In 2018, a double-struck 1979 10p sold for over £5,000 at a UK coin fair. A misaligned die error example went for £2,800 in an online auction. A wrong planchet 1979 10p weighing only 8 grams was privately valued at nearly £30,000 by a professional appraiser. And in 2023, rumors surfaced of a collector turning down a £50,000 offer for what might be an unconfirmed mule version believed to feature a transitional reverse design. The truth is, many of these coins are still out there. Some tucked in drawers, some in old change jars, and some, perhaps, in your very own pocket change. How to identify a rare 1979 era 10p coin. Want to check your collection? Here's exactly how to spot a possible 1979 error. Date: the coin must read 1979 below the Queen's portrait. Size and weight: a normal 1979 10p weighs 11.31 grams. If it's heavier, lighter, or oddly sized, you may have a planchet error. Color: standard coins are silver gray. A coin that looks bronze, coppery, or has unusual shine may have been struck on the wrong metal. Alignment: hold the coin upright, flip it if the reverse isn't perfectly aligned, that's a die rotation error. Edge: check for missing milling or smooth edges. Strike quality: look for doubling on the Queen's head, lettering, or the lion's outline. If you find anything suspicious, don't clean it. Cleaning can destroy collector value. Instead, get it professionally authenticated by grading companies like NGC, PCGS, or the Royal Mint Museum. Why the 1979 coins are so valuable. 3 key reasons drive the massive value of these coins. Rarity. Only a handful of these coins exist. Most errors are caught and destroyed during quality checks, but a few slip through. Condition. Collectors pay far more for coins in uncirculated or near-perfect condition. A single mint state error can multiply. Somewhere in old purses, coin jars, and forgotten drawers across Britain, lies a 1968 UK Elizabeth X new pence coin, that's so rare, collectors are willing to pay hundreds, thousands, and in exceptional cases, even over £1 million for the right one. So, before you toss that old 10p into a vending machine, stop, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, why collectors crave it, and how a tiny minting flaw could make you rich beyond imagination. The background. To understand why the 1968 10 new pence coin is so special, we need to travel back to a major turning point in British history: the decimalization of the UK currency system. Before 1971, Britain used pounds, shillings, and pence in a system that dated back centuries. But by the mid-1960s, it was clear that the old way 12 pence to a shilling, made of cupro-nickel 75% copper, 25% nickel, diameter 28.5 millimeters. The most valuable errors and varieties. The double strike error. £2,000 to £5,000. Off-center strike. £3,000 to £8,000. Wrong planchet error. £10,000 to £25,000. How to identify a rare 1968 10 new pence. If you have a 1968 10 new pence coin, here's what to look for. Check the lettering, make sure it reads new pence correctly. Misspaced letters, missing parts of words, or misaligned text could indicate an off-center or double strike error. Inspect the rim, look for unusually thick or thin edges, which can reveal a misstrike or off-metal planchet. Weigh the coin. The correct weight is 11.31 grams. Anything significantly lighter or heavier could mean a rare planchet error. Look closely under magnification. Doubling of the Queen's face, numbers, or letters is a huge red flag for value. Compare shine and surface. If it looks unusually reflective, it could be a proof or trial strike. If your coin meets any of these signs, don't clean it. Collectors value originality above all else. Send it to a trusted numismatic grading service like NGC or PCGS UK for verification. A certified grade could multiply its value several times over. Auction records and collector stories. Over the past 2 decades, some extraordinary 1968 10 new pence coins have stunned the collecting world. In 2011, a near-mint double-strike specimen sold for £3,200 at a London auction. In 2018, a proof-like trial piece surfaced privately, believed to have come from an ex-Royal Mint employee's collection. It sold quietly for £75,000. And in 2022, a coin reportedly struck on a foreign planchet, lighter and golden toned, fetched an eye-watering £86,000, shocking even experienced collectors. But the most talked about story is the mysterious mule coin rumor allegedly found in a family collection from the 1970s. Though never officially authenticated, if it proves real, experts estimate its value between £100,000 and £1 million. In this video, we'll uncover the shocking story behind the 1970-era UK Elizabeth X new pence coin, its secret history, how to spot one, and why just one small minting mistake could make you richer than you ever imagined. That's right, what if I told you that one of the rarest British coins ever minted hides in plain sight a small silver-colored disc with Queen Elizabeth II's portrait that collectors are fighting over in auctions worldwide? The background. Let's travel back to the late 1960s, a time of change, modernization, and transformation across Britain. Before 1971, British currency followed the ancient system of pounds, shillings, and pence, a structure that had survived for centuries. Each coin was struck in cupro nickel, weighing 11.31 grams, with a diameter of 28.5 millimeters, the same as the florin it replaced. The most valuable errors and varieties. Off-center strike. £6,000 to £10,000. Double strike error. £5,000 to £20,000. Wrong planchet error. £15,000 to £25,000. Why these coins are so valuable. Collectors prize rarity above all else, and the 1970 10 new pence ticks every box. Limited mintage proof only, no circulation coins. Historical significance, end of pre-decimal coinage. Connection to Queen Elizabeth II's legacy. Mysterious and rare error varieties. Demand from global collectors. Think about it, only a tiny number of these coins were ever made, and even fewer have errors. Combine that with their connection to one of the most important monetary changes in British history, and you've got the perfect recipe for extreme value. When these coins appear at auction, bidding wars often erupt, driving prices through the roof. Some coins have fetched eye-watering sums. A 1970 10 new pence proof error sold for nearly £12,000 at a specialist auction. Another off-metal error from the same year was reportedly valued near £50,000 by private collectors. And experts estimate that if a genuine silver planchet or mule error version surfaces, it could break £1 million, shattering previous British coin records. How to identify a genuine 1970 error 10 new pence. If you've got old coins at home, especially from the 1960s and 1970s, now's the time to check them carefully. Here's what to look for. Date: it must read 1970. Material should appear cupro nickel, silver color, but any unusual color, tone, or metal variation could be a major clue. Finish: if it lacks the deep mirror-like proof surface and looks circulated, it could be an escaped mint error. Alignment: check both sides, any rotation or off-center strike adds huge value. Weight: normal coins weigh 11.31 g, anything heavier or lighter could mean a planchet error. If you find a suspicious one, don't clean it. Cleaning can destroy collector value. Instead, store it safely and get it authenticated by a reputable grading company like PCGS or NGC. What if I told you that a simple 1980 UK Elizabeth X new pence coin, the kind you might have used for parking meters or candy machines decades ago, could now be worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of pounds? Yes, you heard that right. A coin that once jingled in pockets across Britain could secretly hold a value that would make collectors' jaws drop. Let's uncover its hidden history, minting secrets, error varieties, and true market value. The background. Before we jump into the 1980 rarity, let's rewind the clock a bit. In 1971, the United Kingdom underwent one of the biggest changes in its currency history. The decimalization of British coinage. Out went the old system of shillings and pence, and in came the new decimal system where 100 new pence equaled £1. From 1971 to 1981, the 10 new pence coins were produced in their large size, 28.5 millimeters in diameter. The most valuable errors and varieties. Double strike error. £6,000 to £10,000. Off-center strike error. £5,000 to £15,000. Die clash error. £6,500 to £7,500. Clipped planchet error. £5,000 to £20,000. Market values and record auction sales. Now, let's talk numbers, the part everyone's been waiting for. While not every 1980 10p will make you rich, certain error coins have already made headlines in UK numismatic circles. In 2021, a 1980 10p double strike error graded MS65 by NGC sold for over £6,800 at a London auction. A major off-center strike fetched nearly £12,000 in private sale among collectors. A rumored wrong planchet 1980 10p, possibly struck on a foreign blank, is said to have changed hands for a staggering £250,000, though not all sales are publicly documented. And get this, coin experts believe that if a flawless 1980 10p proof error surfaced with confirmed Royal Mint documentation, it could easily surpass £1 million at auction due to its extreme rarity. How to identify a genuine 1980 error 10p coin? Here's what to look for if you suspect your coin might be special. Check alignment. Hold the coin and flip it vertically. If the Queen's head and the lion don't line up perfectly, that's a possible die alignment error. Inspect the edges. Uneven rims or missing milling could signal a collar error. Look for doubling, especially around the Queen's profile or lettering. Double strike signs can be subtle but valuable. Weigh it carefully. If it's lighter or heavier than the standard 11.31 grams, it might have been struck on the wrong metal blank. Magnify details. Small die clashes or ghost images can multiply your coin's value tenfold. If you find something unusual, never clean or polish the coin. It destroys collector value. Instead, get it graded by trusted services like NGC UK or PCGS. Could you have one? Here's the thrilling part: these coins still appear in circulation from time to time. Many people don't even realize they're holding rare errors. Imagine buying a coffee, getting change,